Hey guys, what's up? So today I'm going to talk about Don't Touch My Crown 3, The Art of Finesse. This book is the last book in the Charae Lewis Don't Touch My Crown series. Oh my god, guys, this book was everything. Of all the three girls, Finesse story was the best. It was most touching. It was so like heartfelt. There had to be an issue for the way she's been behaving, like a cause, you know what I mean? This was the best. So let me get into it. You remember in the end of book 2 when they called Sky and said that somebody snatched her up, right? So that's how book 3 started. And they went to Johan, and Johan and Kano went to find out what the situation was. They confronted Quest at first, and then Quest told them who it was, and then after he told them, they called the guy. So when they called the guy, they made a meeting, and the guy was like, all right, fine, I'll meet up with you. After it was all said and done, Johan basically said, okay, I pay you your money, and I give you an extra if you keep my niece for a few more days. He was like, what? Why? He was like, I don't want to try to get into no drama. That's not the business I'm into. He said, just do what I gotta do, what I tell you to do. It's not a request. Anyway, he did it. So while he did it, Finesse was like going crazy. He had kept her for about 3 days, I think. Oh my God, she was going crazy. She was like thinking like, why would she do this? Like she was contemplating herself, but she was also being stubborn because Johan told her make sure that she's well taken care of, she's fed, she take a shower and all that stuff. But she was being rebellious and didn't take a shower. But you remember in book 1 and book 2, Finesse always had an issue. She had an attitude problem. She had a way she talked to people, and she was always robbing guys. So this was a way for Johan to teach her a lesson with the robbing guys part, but the attitude was still there. So now that Malik is out of jail, Malik was trying to rekindle the relationship he missed with his girls. He was okay with Sky because he always talked to Sky and always in a relationship with her. But Finesse did not want anything at all to do with him. He tried. He was the one that went to pick her up when she got locked up. When she got caught by the guy and brought her back to her house. She found out that her poor puppy died. He was wrong for that. I ain't like him for that. He killed the dog. Anyway, she was going through it, like she was emotionally suffering, you know? And I was like, I was feeling her pain, but then again, I understand why Johan did what he did because she had to learn. She was on the verge of robbing the wrong person and being killed. That's how bad it was. You know what I mean? So I agree with what he did. So now, after that's all said and done now, right? So now Malik went to rescue her, and she's still like all up in her feelings. She found out that Uncle Johan was the one that orchestrated the guy to keep her for longer and all that stuff. So she was angry at everybody, the whole family, Auntie Kitty, Uncle Johan, the father, the sister. She did the father wrong because she's like, you know, he had me and blah blah blah. Like she took all her hurt out on him because remember, she already had a bad relationship with him. So I was like, all right, fine, no problem, do you, right? So while all that is said and done, she was still upset. Still upset for no reason at all. Just like upset. Anyway, so after that's done, now she is trying to get her life back together, right? It's been a week or so since the whole ordeal happened. She went to Mafia because and she wanted to hang out with Mafia. Turned to find out that Mafia was pregnant. Mafia wanted to go clubbing. Mafia got married. She and Kano went to Justice of the Peace and got married. I was like, yay, Mafia got married. Woo woo. So I was like, okay, cool. She got married, and also Sky was talking to her, but Finesse was kind of upset with Sky because she thought their relationship wasn't the best. She's like, oh, everything you call Mafia, you don't call me. I'm your sister. That Mafia is more sister than I am. It was like a jealousy issue, right? So she was like, oh, if once you have the baby, who you going to call? She's like, Riker. And after that, Auntie Kitty. Then after that, probably Mafia, right? She's like, why would you assume it's probably Mafia? And she was just all up in her feelings, you know what I mean? And I understand why, but damn. So anyway, it turned out that she and Mafia went to the club, and while she was at the club, the guy that she robbed was there, and he was giving her a hard time. So lo and behold, she found out that Mafia got married again, as I said, and she felt sick. So she's like, everybody's moving on with their life except me. I'm still miserable and angry. She didn't really say all that, but you could tell that's what she was thinking. Anyway, trying to find out, Mafia's like, let's go, we gotta go. Sky had a baby. So she had a baby, and everybody was in the house, like, loving on the baby, hugging on the baby and everything. She didn't like that. So she got jealous, and she walked out the room. Auntie Kitty ended up sitting with her and setting her straight. Then Riker went and set her straight. You know, Riker don't play when it comes to his Sky. She's like everything to him. So then she was all up in her feelings. So she was like, Mafia, I'm ready to go. So then Mafia got on her. So all three of them got on her that day. And the next day, that Sky cut her off again. She's like, you know what? You're my sister and I love you and all. But until you get your act together, don't contact me. She was hurt. Because remember, Sky did that in her book. So she did it a second time. So she's like, oh, crap, I'm really messing up. Anyway, throughout the book, Finesse and Canon basically started developing a friendship, right? They have like some friends with benefits, you know, and she's trying to get to know him. He didn't want to get to know her at first, but he gave her a chance and everything. So they started to develop a friendship and everything. Then she found out that he had a girl named Nikki, and he didn't tell her name, but she found out he had a situation. Anyway, so Nikki was his girl from his past. She was his love interest from back in the day. And she went to the army, and she's trying to get back up with him, but Kano's not trying to have that. You know what I mean? He's like, you did me wrong back then, and now you want to come back in my life. If you want to come back, meet me where I'm at. So, okay, so that's their situation. Around the same time, Finesse is still trying to get to know him, right? Then Quest, basically, like, she was still upset at him because he didn't come through for her. So she threatened him. She's like, you cancel. So he's like, you're threatening me. I don't take threats lightly. So he went to her store and tried to like bully her. That didn't work out. So she called Uncle Johan. He said, don't worry about it. I got a situation for him. So he handled that. Quest came up missing, right? So then Tati, the girl from the other book, Tati's Quest baby mama, she now came to confront Finesse. Finesse whooped her ass, man. She whooped her good. She reminded me, that scene reminded me of when Sky whooped Stacy Butt in book 2. Yeah, I'm telling you, them sisters, they could fight. They could fight. I gotta give Johan, he knows how his girls to protect themselves. So anyway, now a lot of stuff is going on in the book. Finesse is still working on her relationship with Kano. She's still not talking to her dad. Sky not giving her time of day. And Mafia is still there. So throughout the book, this book is really good because there's more stuff that happened in the book that I'm not going to tell you. So I want you guys to read it. I just think that Finesse had a lot of issues, and in order for her to overcome them, she had to confront them, and she didn't want to do that. She was still like in herself and in her feelings. I love Kano for her because Canon for her, because he was always truthful to her. He always like sometimes delivered too rough, but then again, that's what she needed at the time, so she could snap out of her feelings. I love that her and Malik got their relationship back together. I love that Mafia and Kano are doing well. They just got so much going on, and Riker and Sky got a lot going on, and I'm so happy for them. Overall, as I said, guys, I love this book. I think this was the best book of all 3 books. Check it out. It's called Don't Touch My Crown, The Art of Finesse. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and also check out the rest of Charae Lewis books. All right, bye guys.